Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 10 David Fincher movies. If you're a fan of dark, twisted, and visually stunning films, then you're definitely in the right place. David Fincher is known for his meticulous attention to detail and his ability to create suspenseful and thought-provoking movies that stick with you long after the credits roll. So, without further ado, let's dive into our list of the top 10 David Fincher movies. Coming in at number 10, we have The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Die-hard Fincher fans often dismiss The Curious Case of Benjamin Button as his most obvious stab at Oscar bait. And yes, it did earn 13 nominations, including Best Picture and Best Director, plus 3 below-the-line wins, but it's far from your typical Academy fare. It's a sad, eccentric look at lost love and death, set on an epic scale with mind-blowing special effects and makeup. Brad Pitt stars as a man born with the infirmities of an 80-year-old who ages backwards. He meets the beautiful Daisy, Cate Blanchett, who will come in and out of his life in surprising ways, covering nearly 100 years of history, as seen through Benjamin's eyes. This is a romance in the grand Hollywood tradition as only Fincher could imagine.
Good night, Benjamin.
Good night, Daisy.
Next up at number 9 is The Killer. The hunter becomes the hunted in Fincher's lean character study of a contract killer, Michael Fassbender, whose life is upended when he commits the cardinal sin for an assassin he misses, and must quickly flee to save his own skin. In between the film's crisply edited fights and the killer's long interior monologues, Fincher slowly reveals the key to the assassin's character, a meticulous attention to detail, right down to his wardrobe. A bucket hat and khaki-colored outerwear is enough for anyone to disappear in a crowd. In fact, the killer is so fastidious in his work routine that several of the director's friends suggest that the killer is simply a stand-in for Fincher himself.
I find music a useful distraction.
At number 8, we have Mank. Who'd have guessed that this old Hollywood yarn would turn out to be one of Fincher's most personal films to date? Written in the early 1990s by the director's late father, journalist Jack Fincher, it's a delightfully frisky behind-the-scenes look at how washed-up screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz, Gary Oldman, mined the life of media tycoon William Randolph Hearst, Charles Dance, for his script to Citizen Kane. Fincher and his ace crew have a lot of fun recreating the look of 1930s cinema, but it's the warmth shown towards its characters that's really surprising. Oldman is at the top of his game as Mank, a man who has squandered his talents on booze and gambling, and sees this assignment as his last shot at redemption. Amanda Seyfried steals every scene she's in as her sweetly tough-talking paramour Marion Davies, who becomes an unwitting casualty in the writer's quest for legitimacy.
Hello, everyone.
Make yourself to home, Mr. Mankiewicz, or shall I call you Herman?
Please, call me Mank.
Coming in at number 7 is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Originally planned as the first entry in a trilogy adapted from Stieg Larsson's Chile bestsellers, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo turned out to be a one-off for Fincher and company. So while it can feel a little incomplete, it's still a compellingly dark, brutal mystery, marketed as the feel-bad movie of Christmas. It centers on a Swedish journalist, Daniel Craig, investigating the disappearance of a woman who went missing 40 years ago with the help of a tattooed computer hacker, Rooney Mara. The film earned 5 Oscar nominations, including Best Actress for Mara. Fincher competed at the DGA, but was snubbed by the Academy.
What are you doing?
Reading your notes?
They're encrypted.
Please.
Next up at number 6 is Panic Room. Despite its relatively simple premise, Panic Room still managed to be one of the most expensive and complicated productions of Fincher's career. Original star Nicole Kidman left after suffering an injury during filming, later replaced by Jodie Foster, who discovered she was pregnant. Yet you wouldn't know it to watch the movie, which is a superbly entertaining, tightly constructed thriller. Foster stars as a divorced woman who moves with her daughter, Kristen Stewart, into a lavish new home complete with its own panic room. When three men, Forrest Whitaker, Dwight Yoakam, Jared Leto, break in looking for a safe stuffed with cash, they lock themselves in and try to find a way out before it's too late.
Open the door, please.
My room. Definitely my room.
At number 5, we have The Social Network. With The Social Network, Fincher and screenwriter Aaron Sorkin create a spellbinding look at how the #1 Friends site was created by a man who was incapable of actually having any. Originally conceived as a way for dead-eyed college genius Mark Zuckerberg, Jesse Eisenberg, to rate women, Facebook soon morphed into a multi-billion-dollar company that destroyed his relationship with best pal Eduardo Saverin, Andrew Garfield. Told Rashomon style with crackling dialogue and heedless energy. It's a story of cold-blooded capitalism at its worst. An Oscar winner for its script, editing and score, it brought Fincher a Best Director nomination and victories at the Golden Globes, BAFTA, and Critics' Choice Awards.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, we're gonna need more money, Mardo.
Yeah, no, I agree. More servers, more help.
I'm interviewing 2 interns to come to Palo Alto, and we're gonna have to pay them something.
Coming in at number 4 is Gone Girl. A Hitchcockian thriller for modern times, Gone Girl might also be the most harrowing examination of marital woes since Ingmar Bergman's Scenes from a Marriage. Adapted by Gillian Flynn from her own bestseller, it centers on Amy Dunn, Best Actress nominee Rosamund Pike, a Missouri housewife who suddenly goes missing, casting suspicion on her less-than-faithful husband, Nick Ben Affleck. As all signs point to her spouse, he has to prove his innocence before it's too late. Fincher keeps us guessing as to the character's true motives, skillfully pulling the rug out from under us scene after scene. Though he competed at the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice for Best Director, he was snubbed at the Academy.
I did not kill my wife. I am not a murderer.
Next up at number 3 is Zodiac. Like the murders on which it was based, Zodiac continues to perplex and disturb us. It's one of those rare movies that's about 2 different things at once, and is skillful at both. On the one hand, it's a newspaper drama about a cartoonist, Jake Gyllenhaal, and a reporter, Robert Downey Jr., who become obsessed with the Zodiac Killer, an unidentified individual who terrorized Northern California with a killing spree in the late 1960s, early 1970s. On the other hand, it's a police procedural about a San Francisco detective, Mark Ruffalo, tracking the killer down. Both stories coexist in perfect harmony with each other, making for a terrifying and riveting examination of one of the most unsettling unsolved mysteries in recent history.
Hey, Bullet. Been a year and a half. You gonna catch a guy or not?
At number 2, we have Seven. With his second feature, Fincher firmly established the dark, sleek, and moody cinematic style that would define him, creating one of the great modern film noirs. Its popular success is surprising given how unrelentingly bleak it is, yet that's been the director's unique gift throughout his career. Set in a city constantly flooded by rain, it finds a veteran detective, Morgan Freeman, teaming up with a young novice, Brad Pitt, to catch a psychotic killer who murders his victims in the style of the 7 Deadly Sins. Stylish and smart in equal measure, Seven keeps us on the edge of our seats with its disturbing twists and gloomy atmosphere, right up to the shocking finale. A superb mixture of art and commerce that proved Fincher was more than just an MTV director.
You're looking for me.
And finally, coming in at number 1, we have Fight Club. Perhaps Fincher's most divisive film, Fight Club has been praised as insightful satire and condemned as macho junk in equal measure. It's a little of both, a satire of masculinity and consumerism, and how both are equally toxic to our society. Based on the novel by Chuck Palahniuk, it stars Edward Norton as a nameless office worker suffering from insomnia. As he searches for meaning in support groups, he eventually meets Tyler Durden, Brad Pitt, a roguish soap salesman who forms an underground club for men to beat the crap out of each other. When a psychotic woman, Helena Bonham Carter, enters their orbit, it tears at their bromance, not to mention Durden's sinister plans to fight back against the world.
Did you know if you mixed equal parts of gasoline and frozen orange juice concentrate, you can make napalm?
No, I did not know that. Is that true?
That's right.
So there you have it, our top 10 David Fincher movies. Let us know in the comments which ones are your favorites. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more movie reviews and countdowns. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.